Alright guys, welcome. I just turn that music down. Alright, so we are back for another bodyweight session. So again, all you're going to need is yourself. Any space indoors will do. However, I do want you to try to find a space that's about, say, 12 to 15 meters in length. It might be the hallway, it might be the driveway like I have just used. If it is a driveway, just clearly brush it. If you're like us, you've got possums living around, you'll find possum poo, so not the nicest stain on your hands, but nevertheless you can always wash them. Right, so the workout today, again, body weight, primarily a lot of zoom movements, but we're going to keep the same theme as we did the other day, where we're going to use our shuttle runs as our, let's call it our break up, although it's not going to feel like that much anyway. So let's just get into what the movements are, then I'll explain to you the format. So first movement, okay, we don't need the mat for this one. Simply you're going to come into, it's called a crab, bridge and reach. So you're going to start on all fours, knees off the ground, you're going to rotate through, hand at the back, this hand is here, you're going to bridge and you're going to reach through to here, pull back down, back, switch, up, back, switch. So one reach over is one rep. Second movement is a seal. So push up position, we're on the floor, our hands are out to about this position so I can square off my elbows to my wrists. I'm going to simply take one foot over, I'm going to roll over onto my side, onto my hip, then I'm going to press up, going to come back down, roll through, going to press up and across. If you're a first timer, then one push up is one rep. If you're familiar with this, one aside is one rep. So keep that in mind because that means double reps when we come to the breakdown. Third movement, frog squats. So into a deep squat, elbows in contact with the knees, hands clasped together, simply down to the squat, extend up through the hips, try to straighten your legs, down to the squat, up and down. Now, for me, I'm not great with my ankle mobility, what we call dorsiflexion, so therefore I tend to sit in a wider stance with my toes pointed out. We're trying to keep our heels in contact. When you raise, you're going to raise and extend the legs to as straight as you can get them based upon what your range of motion allows you to do. In my case, I'm quite tight in the hamstrings. I can't get to lock out unless I take my elbows out of my knees. We're not here to do that. Third movement, perhaps the toughest one in today's workout, simply because it follows frogs, but also by itself it's a tough one. It's a rhino step with a squat. So a rhino step, again, we're sitting down, as we say, getting into your haunches, like what I'm going to call that ski jump position. Put your hands together. This is basically like a mimic a horn. I'm going to simply pivot at 45 degrees and I'm then going to pivot on my back foot and I'm going to bring my hip and my quad round, pivot back, back to center, drop it like a squat. Pivot, rotate forward, center, back, drop it like a squat. So we should not be standing up, we should always be in that half position or that squat position. Again, beginners, one pivot forward and back is one rep. Go from there. First, experienced people, one squat, one rep. Movement number 5, gorillas. So, give you two options. The first option, if you're beginners, I simply want you to get down in that deep or wider squat, like a ballerina, like a plie. I want you to bring your hands out as far as you can, and then I want you simply to drive your hips to your hands. Feet in contact with the floor, walk out, go. When you've done your lap, you're going to get up, you've got to jog backwards. For those who are experienced, again, we're going to make that fluid. So we're going to reach, and drive through. Up to you how fast you want to go. Careful with the palming onto the ground. And the last movement, straddles, hands are on the floor. We're going to straddle to the side of that front hand. Now watch the foot On the outside comes up in line with the hand. The back foot will come from back to in, back to in. It's going to create a nice equilateral triangle with my hands. So I am 1, 2, back, drive, back, drive, back. Again, beginners, 1, 2. Experienced people, 1, 1, 2, 2. And experienced people, you should be able to bang these out easily at 1 second, 2 seconds. You should have banged these out pretty quickly. They will be a struggle towards the end of the workout. So how does the workout work? Okay, and I said there's one thing that was missing, and that was the shuttle run. So we're going to steal from CrossFit their 21-15-9 combination, and we're going to break that down. So I start with my crab bridge. I'm going 21 reaches. That's correct. So beginners, turn through, reach, 1 rep, 2nd rep. Experienced person, swing through, reach, swing through, back to center, 1 rep. Yes, that means that your workout will take you a little bit longer. Seals, 1 push up, 1 rep for beginners, 1 each side, 1 rep for experienced. Again, first round through, 21. We're then going to get up, we're going to use this driveway, and we're going to go for 7 times up and down the driveway. So up and back is a lap, so my driveway is about 15 meters, so up and back is about 30 meters, 7 times, about 210 meters. But we are running forward, tap the floor, and we are jogging backwards. We're going to engage the hamstrings and the calves. Frogs, 21 is 21. Rhino squat, as I said to you before, if it's a pivot, back to center and a squat, first timers, that's a rep. Pivot, back, squat, pivot, that is 1 rep for this seasoned people, and this will burn. Back onto the run again another 7 times up and back, and then into the gorillas. This time it will be 3 times up the driveway. So 3 laps, 15 meters forward, get up, jog back, 15 meters forward, get up, jog back, 15 meters forward. And the straddles, you'll go for your 21, whether it's 1 aside or 1 for 1, up to you, and then you'll run again. So we've got 3 lots of running. After the seals, after the rhino squats, after the straddles. 7 times, up and back the driveway. That completes the round number 1. Round number 2, we distill it down, we come down to 15. So that will mean the run will come down to 5, will be 1/3. Everything else will be 15. 15 each side, 15 as a pair, all the way through. And then the 3rd round will go down to 9, which means that the running will be 3 laps, up and back each time for a total of 9. That's the workout. It's a good little burner outside in the sun today. It gets quite hot. It's good weight, keeps your heart rate jacked up. I think, let's have a look. Workout, I'm up at around 640 calories now, just from moving and sitting down afterwards. It's a good little burner. It's body weight. It's a little bit tough on the wrist for the first timers, but this one definitely, guys, will test your quads, particularly the frogs and the rhino squats. That's it. My name is Dom McShaw. This is the McShaw Method. Time to go and get a stretch.